Thank you Grammarly for sponsoring this video. Believe it or not, I used to write my name on my test paper, then go to sleep. But because I didn't want every single one of my report cards to have fail written there, I just decided not to go to the exam altogether. So my report card would say NA instead, for not available. Yeah, that was me. I will write my entire story of how I went from failing to becoming the top student at my school in 2 years in the description box below, because I do not want this video to be too long, because we are not going to waste any time. Get a pen and paper ready. I'm serious, because this is literally years of trial and error that I'm giving away for free in one compact video. So bestie, take notes. Here are my top 10 best study tips that will improve your grades and have you excelling and flexing when you go back to school. Stay tuned, because I'll be surprising you guys with a free printable somewhere in this video. First, start writing everything down. Here are 5 things I always write down and how I do it. Have homework, projects, or assignments? Write the due date down first. You don't need any nice aesthetic stationery. Here's how you can set up just any regular notebook as a planner. Then write the date you're going to start that essay or assignment. Even if it's just 5 minutes, try to do a little bit of research or brainstorming for that project. Because I find that the hardest part about any big task is just starting. So once you get the ball rolling, everything else will just fall into place. So once you get that first step done, immediately write down the next day you're going to continue that project or assignment. That way you can avoid last-minute work or just forgetting about the assignment altogether. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to click the like button and subscribe. It's free. Second, do you want to score the top marks for all your essays and assignments? When it comes to essays or assignments, I always write down the points that I want to research or add to later on top of the page. Here is the table that I always create for any essay. You take your question and you find out all the keywords or requirements that they have. You add those into your table, making sure to define and tackle each one. Remember to note down the resources so you can refer back to it later on. After that, you quickly run it through Grammarly to check for spelling, punctuation, or grammar mistakes. Look at the marks of my last 2 essays and the feedback from my examiner. This is literally fail-proof. I have used Grammarly since secondary school to check all my essays and emails. I have convinced many of my friends to download it because it's so useful, and you guys definitely should too if you're going back to school or if exam season is starting. Basically, Grammarly is a digital writing assistant that improves your writing and saves you time. You download Grammarly for free, then use it wherever you work, such as Google Docs, emails, or Microsoft Word. You set the goals for your writing, then check your final score. The free version has grammar, spelling, and punctuation suggestions. This already wipes out any careless mistakes, but Grammarly Premium has advanced features that will help your writing stand out, like rephrasing wordy sentences, making your writing sound friendly or formal, and so much more. So if you want to improve your grades and succeed in school, go to grammarly.com/favefilms to sign up for a free account. If you like the extra features, upgrade to Grammarly Premium for 20% off using the link in my description box. Third, when it comes to your to-do list, have a column for the most important tasks you have to get done. The column next to it is for any additional things. Again, we don't need any fancy stationery. You can separate your to-do list by week, by module, or by topic, whatever you're comfortable with. But lectures, compulsory readings, and homework will live in this column. Any extra worksheets or any extra readings that your teacher randomly gives you lives in the other column. If you have time, you do it. If you don't have time, scrap it. Next, if you make digital notes, try to include these keywords in your notes. Summarize. Paraphrase this, answer this, revise this, understand more. Write all of these keywords on top of your document so that you don't forget, and keep these consistent throughout your notes. During revision week when you're studying, press Command F, type in the keyword, then click the arrow. You can find all the questions you need to answer or revise in one go. This applies for any of the keywords that you type in when you press Command F. If you prefer handwritten notes, you can use those different colored sticky tabs and associate them with each keyword. So it's the same thing. The fourth thing, for every subject, have a Google Docs page dedicated to questions you don't understand. Make sure you write down your current understanding of that question, then show this document to your lecturer or teacher and ask them to explain the right answer for you. This is a complete lifesaver that will change your grades, trust me. Next, always go for the help classes or extra classes that your school provides. It doesn't matter if you think you already understand the material. A lot of the times, we don't know what we don't know. You'd be surprised at the questions that other students ask and how much you actually learn from these sessions, especially before exam. Of course, make a separate Google Docs containing any questions or answers discussed during these sessions and make sure you revise them before your exam. If these classes are specifically made for very weak students, then just attend the classes on topics that you aren't quite sure about. Next, trial and error. Everyone says study when you're most productive. Study where you focus the best. The thing is, how do we know? I don't even know what I want to eat for lunch. How am I supposed to know when I study the best? Like, here you go. Screenshot this. Write down how you feel and which one you prefer. Now you have no excuses. I've already given the list for you. Next, track everything. You guys are my besties, so here is a free printable for you guys. Write the topic you are currently studying and rate how difficult you find the topic. Then, write down all the confusions that you have. It could be a question or a page in your notes or textbook that you don't quite understand. Basically, you want to clear up all these confusions before your exam. Leave a small space for answers. Then, you prioritize the topics. During revision week or before your exam, you study those with higher priority first. The link to download this free printable is in the description box below. The only payment that I need is for you to like this video and leave a pencil emoji in the comment section. That's all I need. An advertisement might play in the next few seconds, so if you want to support this channel, please do not skip the ads. Thank you! Next, feed your curiosity and ask questions. I remember reading yesterday that carnivorous animals have sharp canines. Okay, everyone knows that. And large molars? I thought to myself, why large molars? I could just stop there and memorize the fact as it is, but I decided to search it out. You have no idea how many times these little curious questions actually came out for the exam because they're related to the topic that your teacher is teaching, but it goes into more depth. Which is exactly what your entire exam is about, is to test your understanding of your topic. And this actually came out as a question. So feed your curiosity, keep asking questions and finding the answers to them. Because I remember vividly my science secondary school teacher. He said that the questions I ask during class always spoils what is coming out during the exam. And because of what he said, I never stopped doing that and it's never stopped helping me. Next, start doing something other than studying to improve your grades. Contrary to popular belief, you can't only study. You might think that by not participating in anything, you have more time to study, thus it'll improve your grades. But that's not always the case. You see, doing other activities will not only allow you to take a break from your academics, but it'll also teach you two very important life skills: time management, prioritization. How are you going to learn how to manage your time if you have nothing to manage? Or how are you going to learn how to prioritize your things when you don't have anything to do, you only have to study? My grades actually improved significantly when I started putting a lot of my energy towards other things like my passions. Because I didn't have as much time available to study, I was actually much more productive every single time that I did. Plus, you hone in on many other important life skills. Activities could be anything. Could be cooking, cleaning, dancing, music, art, theatre. Just do something other than studying and see how much your grades improve. Trust me on this. Next, start knowing your teachers or lecturers. This is not about becoming a teacher's pet. I was never one, I was never cheerful enough to be one. There are many benefits that come with being friends with your teachers or lecturers. I'm gonna teach you how you can do that. You can start by becoming a familiar face by asking them questions after class, like, "Oh, I wasn't so sure about concept A you explained just now." Or back in A-levels, I would arrange meetings with my lecturers every 2 weeks to discuss questions that I didn't understand. First of all, you start to notice them emphasizing different parts of your syllabus. That is what is coming out for your exam. Second, by building a bond with your teachers, it makes you feel more comfortable asking questions, and it also makes you more accountable for your work because you don't want to disappoint them. In university, your lecturers are tickets to your future. They have connections in the industry that you want to go into, and they have walked the exact same path that you are going through right now. Talk to them after class about their personal experiences in the industry or read up on papers that they've written before. Build a relationship with them and they will be more than happy to help you. Now stop whatever you're doing, besties, and listen. I need to ask you this. Do you feel like you're not performing at your best or at your fullest potential because of all these reasons? Here are some of the other responses that Instagram fam gave me. I want you to look at this list and count how many times you agree with it. Do you realize that all these specifically are excuses? These are all attempts at blaming something or someone else because that's so much easier than blaming ourselves. And this was the mentality that I had for many years. For example, if your teacher isn't good, are you going to sit there and do nothing for the next 1 month or 3 years until you miraculously bump into a good teacher? If social media is too distracting, are you going to wait until YouTube or Instagram collapses before you start studying? Like, how long do you have to wait until everything is perfect enough for you to start? And by the time everything falls into place, is it too late? You have a good teacher, you saved up to buy nice stationery, you've managed to download a blocker for social media websites, so on. And yet our grades will still never improve because we're just gonna continue making excuses for ourselves. I wish someone had told me this when I was younger, but you're never going to improve if you keep pointing your fingers at everything else except for yourself. I'm sorry if this sounds harsh, but someone needs to tell you because no one told me and it took me many years of making mistakes to find that out. We have to change our mindset. We have a bad teacher? Okay, let me look for other sources that can help me. I don't have nice stationery? Okay, let me make notes with circles, underlines, and arrows. It's been a while since I've said this, but there's nothing stopping you but yourself. Check the description box below because I have linked all my videos that solve common student problems. If you've made it this far, comment down below one thing you want to improve about yourself this semester. Think about it long and hard until you come up with one. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell and set it to all so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Thank you guys for 593,000 subscribers. It's amazing. You guys are amazing. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye-bye. The sun is really bright. Oh gosh, I should take a thumbnail now. The lighting's so good.